In 2007, after nearly a decade of exploring how to integrate technology into undergraduate education, the innovators at Abilene Christian University began to see the unique potential of increasingly sophisticated cell phones.
Really what we were looking for is a device that allowed students to interact with media in a new way, that allowed them to communicate with the digital world, but there was also something that would be small enough and portable enough and that they could carry with them everywhere. It's about that time Apple introduced the iPhone.
Essentially an affordable, ultra-portable computer that could run all day on a single charge, the iPhone seemed to be the ideal device for a campus-wide technology integration effort.
This is finally a device that allows us to bridge the offline world of the classroom and the online world of the internet so that we can begin to merge the boundaries between these two.
In 2009, ACU launched the Mobile Learning Initiative by equipping all undergraduates with either an iPhone or an iPod Touch. Today, the program is considered a success on several levels, from allowing students to feel more connected to the university to putting a broad range of resources and capabilities at their fingertips.
And I think one of the reasons that ACU has been relatively successful with our Mobile Learning Initiative is that they've taken the time to look at our learner. Who are these kids coming in here?
I think for students, mobile learning is inherently important because they live such a mobile life. For a student to be able to access the course content anywhere, anytime, to be able to access the content everywhere, all the time, is something that they've grown up with.
Mobile devices provide a sort of mobile classroom. It's not a classroom now locked off from the world. It's a classroom profoundly engaged with the world so that students can start doing genuine learning.
Mobile technology has also forced faculty to move toward a 21st century teaching paradigm.
Well, mobility, wow, whole different ballgame. With mobility, you can't stuff a classroom into an iPhone or an iPad. You have to think about learning differently.
We began to shift the ways that we built our tools from being tools that were focused to consumption to being tools that allowed for creation. So the addition of class blogs so that they could post photos and videos, the way in which they could participate in class by typing in questions to a back channel that allowed faculty to see what those questions were. The way they could use those as polling devices so that they could let their opinions be known about the pace in which the class was being delivered. Those were kinds of things that our students saw as ways to participate with the device that were beyond what we saw originally.
The program has not only stimulated innovation on campus, it's sending ripples of change throughout the world as educators seek to emulate the program.
People just started calling us and saying, what are you doing? What's working?
In response, ACU has created a number of programs to help schools transition to digital learning, beginning with ACU Connect Ed conferences.
So the ACU Connected Conference is about bringing together educators from all parts of education, from higher education, from K-12 education, primary, secondary, graduate education, to think about what are the ways that we need to do education differently in the 21st century.
Another initiative, the Leadership in Digital Learning program, offers online courses to help working teachers and administrators learn how to integrate technology into the classroom.
So it really is a program that equips teachers in the field with the ability to recognize digital learning opportunities and implement it in an amazing way.
For extensive hands-on training, ACU's College of Education has created the Digital Learning Institute to serve K-12 schools. Funded by a contribution from AT&T, the Institute offers a summer program, followed by on-site coaching.
So once they leave our institute, we will go observe them in their classroom. We will keep in contact with them, evaluate lesson plans. They'll be part of our learning community of teachers so they can share ideas with other teachers. And we will commit ourselves for a whole year to help them actually transform their actual classrooms.
We'll come in your classroom. You got a project you want to work on? We're there. Teachers have to have more support than just a workshop. They have to have a partner.
More broadly, ACU is helping schools make the transition to digital learning by infusing its students with a passion to be agents of change.
Agents of change are people who move in from that edge, move in from that position of being a maverick and start to move others along.
Because our teacher candidates have had the opportunity to do this, as they go into schools where classroom teachers who are old like me never did this, we think they'll be leaders.
Me going into that situation as an agent of change, willing to be an agent of change, my peers will hopefully be interested in what I'm doing. And through that interest, I can help them create their own engaging classroom. And the ripple effect goes out and hopefully change the school to where the school is more exciting and engaging and students want to be there.
But what if a district lacks the resources for an ideal 21st century classroom?
As a 21st century educator, you have to be willing to ask for things in order to up the game in your classroom.
A lot of teachers don't know that there are people out there waiting to hand them stuff, waiting to help them. There are small gifts from $100 and large gifts to $1,000. And we're very intentional about making sure our teacher candidates know how to look for that and know that it exists. We never want them to be the kind of teacher who throws up his hands and says, oh well, if the school would, then I would. We want them to be people who are resourceful and who problem solve and who think about ways to get at the learning that they're trying to achieve with whatever it is they have.